So meet Dr. Robert Huizenga. Don't know if that's how to pronounce his name. So he is a classic king face. The interesting thing, Bob Harper, Jillian Michaels, and this is Dr. Robert here. They're all king faces. They all like to be leaders. I'm anxious to find out exactly what happened on the set off camera. You got three leaders. That's going to potentially create some problems. But again, king faces, natural leaders, see both sides in this. You tend to be very, very fair. Getting along with other kings sometimes isn't their strongest trait. You can't look at this face, and two things jumped out at me. From face reading, I always go with what jumps out at me. One is the jaw. I mean, jaws are about determination. This guy is super determined. And then you can't ignore these deep lines. These lines are in the lung area. I often see this when the deficient lung energy emotionally is at the top, which the emotion of this is despair. Again, it's rare to see despair in a king face, but in this case, there's something in this guy's life that there's a chunk of hopelessness there. Depression is, I'm depressed. This is the reason why. Despair enters that hopelessness component. So those two things that jumped out at me. Temples, very indented. Temples represent your spleen, but also your ability to be happy. So this is the despair, happiness thing. Kind of a fascinating combination. Don't know anything about this guy, and I would love to know more about him from a life standpoint. Eyes, there's a little bit of what's called lower sanpaku. Means white three sides. So on my eyes, you can see white and white on the sides, but not on the bottom. On his, you can kind of see it on the bottom. This indicates some tendencies towards fanaticism and also some tendencies towards addiction. Is there a family history of addiction? Possibly. He's got a little bit of a line up here between his eyebrows. This is a liver line, so there may be some addiction tendencies in the family tree. Eyebrows are unequal heights, so this indicates he's probably had some difficult relationship with a parent or a step-parent growing up. Usually the teen years is when you're going to see this, but they're also very thick, which indicates a strong constitution. Chin, you can't ignore it. It is a tremendously prominent chin. So the chin is about character and tenacity and ambition, and he's got lots of strengths there. It's also squared off, which means he's very straightforward. So this was one of the three king faces that was involved with The Biggest Loser. I'm surprised they took it to the end because they usually clash. So hope you enjoyed meeting Dr. Robert Huizenga. We're asked over and over and over again, can you read my face? The answer is yes. Matter of fact, I'd love to read your face. All you got to do is go to WTFWhyTheFace.com. Now, there's several options there. It's not a costly thing to do. First option is I can simply give you a written report. It'll be 7-8 pages long. I will read your face. I will go over psychological aspects, traits that are positive, traits that are negative, also some health issues. That is one fee. The second option is you'll also get a 7-8 page written report. Plus, I will physically call you. Questions will come up. I usually spend 30 to 60 minutes on the phone with you. Obviously, it's a little higher price because it's going to be more time involved. But a lot of questions will come up and you'll say, okay, I got that, but what does that really mean? And I can kind of explain a little more in depth. The third option is, again, 7 to 8 pages. I'll call you. But we can also discuss some options. If there's some things that you're concerned with, we can kind of point you in a direction. I can't physically treat you, but I can certainly make some suggestions. When you talk to your own doctor, pay attention to this or whatever it might be. So if you're interested, please upload your faces and we will be happy to read them for you. Would love to do it.